Okay, we're going to get started with this sharing session, this voluntary session. And I'm going to walk through just things when it comes to EDU 638. So this course is the Foundations of AI in Education. It's typically taken in the second course in the Learn AI program. If it's your first course, it's completely understandable. Try and make things work around here. So tonight I'm going to go through the syllabus, and I'm also going to go through and get kind of like a preview to the course and its assignments, its assessments, and so forth. There is no course text. All the readings and the materials are all built into the modules, so you get to save your money. Um, you can find the syllabus right here underneath the welcome page. If you need to contact me in any way, you can just email me. I'll get back to you quickly. I also share in the syllabus my cell phone number. You're more than welcome to use my cell phone number too. If you text me, just include what your name is, so this way I know who's contacting me. I'm not just getting spammed to death. Okay, so here's Canvas, just a quick little introduction to Canvas. If you haven't used it yet, most of us use some sort of learning management system in our schools. So if you are on the home page, click home, you should see absolutely everything modular. Now, right now, you probably just see module one with all the different links and resources. There are other modules that are right now hidden. In fact, total there are six learning modules with various videos and readings and tasks and activities to work through, usually organized by videos and lectures, required readings, and also Canvas pages, things I've written myself. Since a lot of this is new content, I ended up writing quite a bit of it, so this way it is tailored to AI in education, not just it's not like a computer science class. Their interpretation of AI, it's actually as educators how they can safely use AI in classrooms. So we start at the very beginning with just like historical context, the history of kind of like artificial intelligence, and work our way all the way through to like integrating AI safely into classrooms, coming up with our own kind of like teacher policy on how to use it, or if you're a leader, like how to integrate policy into learning environments safely. Okay. To turn in assignments, you click on assignments and all your assignments are here. You also can just go right to the modules. There's a place where you can put your assignments in at as well. If you are doing a discussion, you can click on discussions and go directly to the discussion you need to participate in. Or again, you can go to the home page and just click on the discussion that's actually in the modules. You'll see that there's one assessment for module one. It's just a discussion that kind of introduces you, but also introduces you like, your experiences using AI, just, in everyday life. We call it AI and me, AI and we discussion forum. Uh, so that's kind of like the nuts and bolts. If you want to see your grades, you can click on grades and it'll give you a readout of your grades. Um, that's about it for Canvas. It's pretty straightforward. And again, if you have some sort of question, you don't see something, just email me and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just go over the syllabus right here. Make it bigger so you can see it. All right, so the syllabus, just have a copy of it, kind of use it like religiously. I'm pretty good about keeping to the syllabus. I keep to the dates. So there's no like, there's no funny business. It's just about, going through this as a schedule. I kind of consider this as kind of like a mutual contract of like I'm giving you everything beforehand about what my expectations are, policies, due dates. So this way there's no confusion. And I rarely ever alter anything. And if I do, it's usually in favor of students to help them in some way, shape, or form. What? So our class started on the 6th, 2 days ago. It ends August 8th. Um, when it comes to, there's my phone number, there's my email address. If you email me, I'll get you back. I'll get you back within the day. On the weekend, I might take like a day or two to get back to you, but I will get back to you. Just understand that, I need a weekend too. And then the phone number, if you text me, I'll try and get back to you quickly, but it's just for like little quick questions. I'm not going to write like a tome in my text messaging. Uh, okay, I'm just scrolling down to the like really like critical parts. There's the learning objectives and the assessments. Um, so in the foundations of AI and education, the assignments are much shorter. I know in 608 there were like really long projects. You're kind of working through different segments and components. This is much shorter. It's more of some exploration, but it's a few more discussions or activities that are kind of shorter form. There is a paper, but there's also a lot of projects. You also get to record yourself actually doing something with AI as like a workflow. But there's also other things like ethical and equity like checkups and stuff about how you're using it. And there's an integration like but I make it a one pager, so it's very manageable. So this way it'll help you out. There's a case study, and then there's also at the very end the final project. What I consider the big thing is it's a AI and philosophy statement. So it's a personal AI philosophy. How are you going to use it in education? So it's talking about like what are your how you're going to use it. How what's your philosophical grounding of how you will use AI like digital tools for learning. Just like what you look at as an educator, as a moral human, things like that. So the way that this schedule right here kind of walks you through, and usually each module is about 6 days long. You'll notice towards the end, module 5 and 6, I do have to release at the same time. It's just I'm kind of cramming an 8-week course into 5 weeks. So the way that I do that is I kind of take the final two modules and I open them up at the same time. Now, just because I open them up at the same time, what I'm doing is I'm allowing both assignments to be due in 2 weeks, so you can manage your time at the end to do the tasks and activities. But instead of just like having to rush and do it in 7 days, you can manage your time at the end and do it more of like give yourself a little bit more time. So what I do is, although it says that it's released on August 3rd, I usually release it and let it go by July 27th. So this way it'll give you like 2 weeks to actually look at it all. A lot of times I end up just like throwing my hands up in the air and I just end up opening up all the modules early. So this way people can just work ahead a little bit if they have to. Now, the discussions, there are a couple discussions. I end up decreasing discussions in this course drastically. So to where now there's maybe a handful, as in there's less than probably, I think there's 3 or 4. So this is a discussion post. This reflection is a discussion post. Um, the ethical and equity checkup, I think, is a discussion post. So there's like I think there's 4 total because then I also do like a course reflection at the end, which is very much you kind of debriefing about what your experiences were. So instead of like having 6 of them, there's only 4. And again, these little tasks and activities, usually they're like 2 to 3 pages of work. A lot of people like to ask me, how long do I spend on each modules? It depends on the person, but if you really wanted me to kind of guesstimate, for each module, plan on spending about 5 hours doing it. And again, you get in, you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're rushing through the content, you're not reading everything, that's kind of on you. But you will definitely get there shorter. I'm not saying that you're going to do terribly. It's just a matter of, rationing out your time. But I did try and pick like really good topics that are really focused in on the main topic. So this way you'll get to know, like see a big picture of ethical, legal, and equity considerations when it comes to AI and education. You'll get to see like its innovative side. You'll get to see the theories behind using it and how to use it. So again, it does kind of use a little bit of theory in here, but it's really about practical application. Uh, So that's the syllabus. There is guidance as you do the assignments. You're like, okay, well, this is a class on AI and education. Am I able to use AI tools for everything? And the short answer is, yeah, actually, you can use it for a lot of things. I give each assignment gives you guidance on how you can use AI for it. So, like the discussion forums, I typically have those as a no AI space because I really want you to kind of share your ideas. I'm not in there like grading for perfect grammar. I really just want your ideas to kind of, kind of radiate in there and come through. So I'm really looking for like good thoughts that aren't like obviously your thoughts with AI's, intervention. Um, some of the tasks I might get you to use for brainstorming, maybe for editing and revision, brainstorming, editing, and revision, maybe at times, you're actually going to record yourself using an AI tool for planning or development of something. So, I'm trying to do like different types of authentic assessment that's not just something that's easily substituted by using AI. It's more of like your processes, but it's also a lot of philosophical stuff like how do I integrate it? Case studies, how do I examine like somebody using AI and figure out like what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. So again, it's a lot of building up those leadership skills, but also those integration skills if you're an educator or a leader in the field of AI. You get to kind of like have this exploration. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any other big things that might come up. So there is, as I mentioned before here, I'll go to Canvas and show you exactly what the assignment is like looks like and how it gives you how it gives you that AI suggestion. So let me go to I'm trying to go to, I think the personal AI philosophy is probably a good one. So you can see at the very top before you begin, it gives you what the expectation is. It tells you how you can use AI. That's all in the syllabus. On the syllabus, there is a section that kind of gives you different levels of you can use AI in this way, you can use AI in this way. So I give you a level of 2 or 3 learners may use AI tools for idea generation, outlining. They may also use it for grammar editing, but there's no just simple copying and pasting allowed. So you can't just go right from your LLM right into your paper. That's like substitution. You're substituting your learning instead of supporting it with AI as a learning assistant. So, and you'll get these types of directions and guidance as you go through and complete your tasks and assignments. Okay, so before I kind of stop for right now, are there any questions? I'm just going to stop recording.